Tim from Hooniverse here. Today we're working on the 1969 Jeep Wagoneer. So one of the problems on my Wagoneer is that the weather stripping around the door and through the vents up in here went bad. And as a result, water dripped down onto the carpets, got under the carpets, and rotted out parts of the floor, which is why there's a big hole in the floor right here. So today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unbolt this seat along with all the seat belts, and I'm gonna be pulling that out, pulling the carpet out, and getting ready to replace parts of the metal on the floor. So the first thing we need to do is get the seat and the seat belts unbolted from the floor because they're bolted through and they hold the carpet in place. Thankfully, the previous owner on this car used a grab bag assortment of metric and standard bolts, so I had to use every wrench that I own to get it out. Once we heave the seat out of the way, the seat belts come up without issue. With the seat and the seat belts out of the way, it's pretty easy to just yank on the carpet and pull it out. Unfortunately, under the carpet and all the carpet glue, there's this tar paper, asphalt paper, insulator stuff that they laid down. It makes sense on some levels because it blocks heat and it cuts down on noise, but this stuff is just glued down to the floor, so I have to scrape it up and try to clean it up with some solvent, and it's just generally unpleasant to get out of the way. To get the carpet out all the way, we kind of have to wrestle it past the gauge cluster that hangs down, the shift lever, and the gas pedal. So with everything out, you can really see how bad this part of the floor is on the passenger side. I'm gonna spend most of my time and most of my effort trying to get this cleaned up, get the really bad metal cut out of the way so that I can patch in a new panel down in here. This is the panel. This is what it looks like. This is how it's gonna fit in there. I may or may not actually use the whole panel. I might just cut out a section of it where it's bad and then use other parts of it to patch a couple other rusty spots. So the floor panels are held in place by spot welds that hold them against the bracing that's under the floor, as well as the panels that they're next to. So as you go through, it's really easy to cut through sheet metal, but then to get it out, you have to cut around, either drill out or grind out the spot welds that are holding it down. If your door weather stripping or the ceiling around the vent under the windshield are bad, water can get in there, drip down, and get under the carpet and rot out the floors. So the next steps from here are countless hours of grinding and wire brushing to clean up this metal. Then I have to cut the floor panel to size to put it in. After that, I'm gonna go through and stitch weld it together. And after that, then I have countless hours of grinding to clean up all those welds, and then I'll probably go through, coat the floor with some kind of bed liner or something. And I'll probably reuse the carpet, either as it is, or maybe cut it down to smaller strips that kind of just go in as mats. But that's for another day.